Maaza Mengiste teaches at Queen's College. She is the author of the novels Beneath the Lion's Gaze and the forthcoming The Shadow King, which is set in the early days of World War II.
I'm going to be reading from my forthcoming novel, set in the early days of World War II, when fascist Italy invaded Ethiopia in an attempt to colonize it. The story focuses on an army of women who rose up and fought in the front lines with Ethiopian men. And this particular section of the book opens in 1974, almost 40 years after the war, and is told from the perspective of one of these soldiers. And in 1974, appropriately enough, Ethiopia is about to go through a revolution. She does not want to remember, but she is here and memory is gathering bones. She has come by foot and by bus to Addis Ababa, across terrain she has chosen to forget for nearly 40 years. She is 2 days early, but she will wait for him, seated on the ground in this corner of the train station, the box on her lap, her back pressed against the wall, rigid as a sentinel. She has put on the only dress she does not wear every day. Her hair is neatly braided and sleek, and she has been careful to hide the long scar that puckers at the base of her neck and trails over her shoulder like a broken necklace. In the box are his letters. Le lettere sono le mie letteres, carissima Hirut, and you must keep them for me until I see you again. Now go, vai via, hurry before they catch you. There are newspaper clippings with dates spanning the course of the war between her country and his. She knows he has arranged them from the start, 1935, to the end, 1941. In the box are photographs of her, those he took and labeled in his neat handwriting, una bella ragazza, una soldata feroce, and those she gave him, mementos scavenged from the life of the native girl she was, from the life of the naive girl she was before the war, before the noise, before those terrifying nights that she could not free herself from. Inside the box are the words he taught her to read, the only words she has ever recognized in other books and other letters not meant for someone like her. In the box are the many dead that insist on resurrection. She has traveled for 5 days to get to this place. She has pushed her way through checkpoints and nervous soldiers, past frightened villagers whispering of a coming revolution and violent student protests. She has watched while a parade of young women raising fists and rifles marched past the bus taking her to Bahar Dar. They stared at her, an aging woman in her long drab dress, as if they did not know those who came before them, as if this were the first time a woman carried a gun, as if the ground beneath their feet had not been won by some of the greatest fighters Ethiopia has ever known. Women named Aster, Nardos, Ababech, Hanna, Maaza, Ainadis, Dabru, Elilta, Ababa, Quddist, Maskaram, Tigist, Tsahai, Saba, and a woman simply called the cook. Hirut murmured the names of those women as the soldiers marched past, each utterance hurling her back in time until she was once again on ragged terrain, choking in fumes and gunpowder, suffocating in the pungent stench of poison. She was brought back to the bus, to the present, only after one old man grabbed her by the arm as he took a seat next to her. If Mussolini couldn't get rid of the emperor 40 years ago, what do these students think they are doing today? Hirut shook her head. She shakes her head now. She has come this far to return this box, to rid herself of the horror that staggers back unbidden. She has come to give up the ghosts and drive them away. She has no time for questions. She has no time to correct an old man's pronunciation. One name drags with it another. Nothing travels alone. Thank you.